What is up, guys? I'm Uriel Soto, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a particle effect on your Elementor website. Now, I have done a video on this in the past, and you would have to use a code to be able to use this particle effect. But I recently found a plugin that allows you to just add the particle effect without adding the code into the extension. So it just makes it a lot easier. It's all built into just one plugin. And you can go ahead and create this cool looking particle effect really easily. So if you want to learn how to create this particle effect, go ahead and stick around. So let's begin. Now the first thing that we need to do is download a plugin. So head over to your dashboard, go to plugins, click on add new, and then go ahead and type in Sina extension. And then go ahead and install this plugin here. And then activate it. Now, we want to go into the page where we want to add our particles. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to this page. So I'm going to go ahead and click it with that Elementor. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and open up a new section. So I'm going to do one column. And then I'm going to go to my elements. And I'm going to search for particle. Just search for particles, actually, or just particle here. So just search for Sina particle layer, or just particle for short. And then go ahead and drag this into your column. And then now we just want to make this section full width. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I click on my section here up above. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this to full width. And I'm going to remove the gap because I don't want any gaps here. And now that's all set up. Now I know we can't see our particles yet, but if I were to go to, let me go ahead and click on this, the particle layer here. So go ahead and click on this element, and then you can go into advanced, go to background, and then go ahead and just add any background color, and you'll start to see your particles. Now I'm going to go ahead and just use this background color for now. And then from here, I'm going to go into some of the settings. So some of these are pretty self-explanatory. This is the title, so the title right up above here, and then your subtitle is right under there, and you can also select tag H1, but it isn't really that important, but that's only mainly for SEO reasons. So, and then you have your description here. So, and then under that you have your primary button, which is this one that says learn more. And you can go ahead and change the text up right there, and also add a link and even add an icon to that. And then your secondary button, which is the one that says read more, you can change the title of that, add your icon, and then add your link, and you can even add some space to that. And then we have your particle settings, and your particle settings are probably the most important here. So you can go ahead and change the color of your links here. The links are pretty much the cobwebs. There's the cobwebs, and then as you can see, there's the little balls. So we can go ahead and change that maybe to black if we wanted to. Let me actually change this. There we go. Sometimes the color palette tends to glitch here, so you just got to move it around. So you can switch those to black, but I don't think that looks that great. It looks more like an evil web there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make that white. And the balls, you can also change the color to those as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave that as white. And then you can also have the number of particles that you want to have on here. I'm going to leave that at 150, but you can definitely have more cobwebs if you want to. You can also adjust the width of your cobwebs. So maybe we can do, instead of that, we can do 5. And 5 will make it very large. But I kind of tend to stick to 1. I think that's perfect. And this is pretty much a link distance, which is your cobweb distance. So I'm going to leave that as is. And then this one right here. See, we can go ahead and just maybe adjust this to 200. Now this would go ahead and just add a lot more cobwebs, so we kind of want to just leave that as is right now. So I want to have about 100 cobwebs there, and then your ball max size, so you can go ahead and make your ball size a lot bigger. You can make these balls probably about like maybe 30, but they look huge right there, but I'm gonna leave them at 10. I don't want them to be that big. And then your speed animation. So this is just animation that people get when they're hovering over this. You can see how it's really fast right now, but that's fine. I think that's perfect. And then you can also disable your cobweb, which are your links, but I'm going to go ahead and leave that as is. And then you can disable your mouse. When you never you disable your mouse, that's pretty much the hover effect that you get whenever you hover over these. So I'm gonna leave that how it is right now. And then we have an animation. As you can tell, whenever we are refreshing, we got an animation of the text here. This top text would come from the left side and the other one would come from the right. You can adjust these as well. You can even do a fade animation for your buttons and all that, but that is entirely up to you. And then you have your styling here, and this one's pretty self-explanatory. This padding would be just your padding for this entire section here. So if I were to remove 180 from the bottom, you'd notice it'd get a lot shorter. So I'm going to leave that how it is right now. And then we have our template styles, which I'll be going over that in a bit. And then you can also align this to the left, right, or center. And then you can also adjust your title color as well. And then you can also adjust your typography, the size of your text, and all that stuff. So, and then you have your settings for your subtitle, which is the same as your title, and your description, which is the same as your title settings. And then we have our button settings. Now on our button settings, we can go ahead and change the color of our button here, maybe to black if you wanted to, and then you can adjust the text color as well. But I'm gonna leave that one as is. There we go. And you can even add an image background to that. You can adjust the width of your button, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave it how it was. And then you can also add the padding to your button as well. You can have a hover effect. But I'm gonna leave that as is, and the secondary button is pretty much the same exact settings as a button that we went through as well. And then you have your tooltips settings as well, so you can go ahead and I think adjust this as well. But I'm gonna leave this as is because we don't really have a tooltip, so it's fine. And those would be the settings for Cena. Now let's say, which is probably the most important part, you want to go ahead and add a template that you're using. Let's say you want to go ahead and add a particle onto this section here, right? Well, what you would actually do is you would go ahead and save this template, and then go ahead and I'm going to call it home hero. Now we do have to adjust this template as well, but we'll be doing that here in a bit. So I have it in there. Now what you got to do is you still got to update this, and then you're going to have to refresh your page. And now we're going to go ahead and add a template. Now you will notice that we will have some issues. So I'm going to go ahead and add this template here. Now obviously it's not full width and we don't have the particles in the background. Don't worry about that, we can easily just fix that. So go ahead and just remove all your titles here and your descriptions, and then remove the text title, and that will basically eliminate these buttons here. Okay, so now from here we need to go ahead and remove the spacing above. So go over to style, and then right here where it says padding, we're just gonna go ahead and remove this entire padding for every side. So all right, perfect. Now we don't have any padding on this, and this thing is pretty much full width, but there is no particles. Don't worry about that. Go ahead and just update this, and then go ahead and go to your dashboard. Now we can just go back to this page. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my dashboard, and then I'm gonna go into my templates here, and I'm gonna edit my template that I saved, which is like home hero. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and click on my section here, and I'm gonna go to style, and I'm gonna remove this background here. And what you can do is you can just remove the color background as well. That's entirely up to you. And then you can do the same stylizing to the section that you have on your home page. So I'm actually gonna do that just so then I don't really confuse you guys. So on this background overlay, I'm just gonna remove the overlay on this, and I'm gonna click update. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to my home page here, and I'm gonna edit my home page. As you can tell, now we have the background working. You can see the particles, but the issue is that we can't see our little city background that we have here. So go ahead and click on you can either do it from the section or the particle, but I'm gonna do it from the actual particle layer element. So I'm gonna go to advanced, and then you might actually, you know what might be a lot better? Let me see here, because I think we can only add the background. There's no secondary. Yeah, so it'd be better if we do it from the section. So go to your section and then go over here and let's see if, and then just add your image here that we had before. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and add an overlay. Don't worry, we'll adjust that right now. I know that you can't see it yet. And then we'll add that, we'll add the opacity about that size. And then basically it's pretty much, the reason why we can't see it is because it still has a color background that we added before. So click on your oops, let me actually fix that there. I accidentally removed the text, so yeah, I might have accidentally removed the text, but that's fine. We can go ahead and just adjust that later on here. So let's go ahead and click on your Cena section and then go into background and then just remove this background here. There we go. Now what I would suggest doing is going into you know what, add it right, actually be better to add it right back and then just go ahead and adjust the opacity of this. Now as you can tell, my text isn't showing up there, but that's probably just because I might have accidentally removed it on the template. So I'm gonna go ahead and just oh wait, never mind, I think it's just kind of glitching out. Might actually just be glitching out, that's fine. So sometimes some things aren't perfect on here, but yeah, let me just go ahead and edit my template here. So I'm gonna go to templates and let's see what's going on here. I want to make sure that this is to the alignment to the left here, and the text is on there, so that's fine. All right, perfect. So now this is aligned to the left, and now what we can do is I'm going to go to my home page here, and I'm going to remove this section, and then now, as you can tell, it's all set up. So now we have our particles back here, and it's looking great. Except for our button, actually, our button isn't lined up. So let's go and align our button. That's weird. I wonder why that wasn't lined up there. Let's see if that gets aligned. There we go. So now that's a lot better. That's looking great. And everything is good to go here. So if you guys did find this video helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. You definitely won't miss out on any of my videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.